Hello everyone. In this video we will look at the 4 Agile Values and 12 Agile Principles. I have titled this PPT as Implementation in Practice at Software Industry because I will be aligning all the 4 values and 12 principles to what is currently happening in the software industry. So let's get into the agenda. So before getting into the 4 Agile Values and 12 Agile Principles, I would like to give an overview of what was happening in the traditional software development world and what is happening currently in the Agile software development world. And then I will also give a brief introduction on the Agile Manifesto, which got signed in 2001. And after that we will get into the details of the 4 Agile Values and 12 Agile Principles. So if you look at the earlier way of software development, we call it as a waterfall way of software development. During the waterfall way of software development, all the different stages of software development was happening at in sequence like this, as like a waterfall, right from getting the requirements, planning the software development work, designing the work, then doing the development, doing the testing part and deployment, and finally the product or the software was handed over to the customers. So typically this would used to take around 3 to 6 months time on an average for any particular client to see the software in real time. So this was very time consuming, and the major drawback with this software development model with software waterfall model is the client will be able to see the product after 6 months, and during the 6 months whatever has happened, he was not able to give any feedback. So after 6 months, if we give the software to this client and if the client is not happy, again we may need to rework on the actual design or the development or the quality part of it. So to overcome this difficulty, Agile software development has come, which helps the customers to be always interact with the development team, and once in 3 to 4 weeks we will give a product increment to the customer. Thereby we can get the feedback from the customer within 3 to 4 weeks instead of actually waiting for 3 to 6 months. So if you can see here, in case of Agile software development, all the activities which is happening in the traditional waterfall model is also happening, but it happens within a period of 3 to 4 weeks. So you can see that the requirements are analyzed and the sprint or the iteration is planned, and this iteration or sprint will be happening for 3 to 4 weeks. And after the planning is done, the design part is completed, then the development part and the testing part, and then during this entire software development life cycle, the client will also be always interacting with the development team. It's not that as like in waterfall model, the business team actually gave the requirements and after that it is only the IT team that is working. Not like this. Unlike a waterfall model, in case of Agile software development, after the analysis and the planning is done also, still the business as well as the development team will be working continuously together, and after a period of 3 to 4 weeks a product increment will be given so that the client will be able to check or give feedback on what is the actual expectation and whether the expectation is met or not. In case if there is a feedback that is given to be changed, or the feedback is that the build whatever we have done or the design whatever was expected is not there, immediately the next sprint, which happens next in the 5th week of the development stage, it will automatically incorporated by the development team and this cycle goes on. So if you on an average, if you take that it takes 3 months for the waterfall model to deliver this software, right? In this case what is happening, within 3 months the client is always interacting with the development team, and we have 3 increments that is being already given to the customers, so that we have got feedback from the customers and this feedback is actually incorporated in the second iteration, and similarly whatever is the feedback given by the client in the second iteration is also taken in the third iteration and go on. So in this way, whatever was the drawback in the waterfall model is minimized in the Agile software world. So that is a major breakthrough in the software industry. So that is the reason most of the companies are getting into Agile way of software development. Moving on, as I was telling, like there is a manifesto that got signed in February 2001 by a group of software leaders, and there is a team of 17 software leaders who actually signed this manifesto, and they call it as Agile Manifesto, and the team is called as Agile Alliance. And you can see that what the Agile Manifesto says is, they are saying that we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. Through this work, we have come to value. They are valuing many things which are available in the left side rather than the right sides. So in this case, if you look at, they value individuals and interactions over processes and tools. They value working software over comprehensive documentation. They value customer collaboration over contract negotiation. They value responding to change over following a plan. So if we can see, these four values which are there in the left side is given more value than the items which are seen in the right side. So in the right side is actually referring to the waterfall model, and in the left side what we are referring to as the agile software development model. So that means they are saying that there is a value in the items on the right side, but the values in the left side are given more value than that is in the right side. So we will get into each of these values in the next slide. But this Agile Manifesto is something which was got signed in 2001, and again apart from these four values, they also have 12 principles. So what are these 12 principles? That also we are going to see in detail. So moving on, as I was telling that there are four Agile values. The first value is customer collaboration than contract negotiations. As I was telling, in case of waterfall model, a contract would be signed that the product will be given after 3 months, and the contract period will be actually, during the contract period only the development team will be working or the IT team will be working, and the business team is kept in dark. So the contract was actually signed, and it is actually the customer who has to wait till the product is visible to them after 3 months. But in this case of Agile software development, as I said, customer collaboration is given more importance during the entire software development, not only during the analysis phase, it is during the design phase, build phase, test phase, all the on a daily basis, the business team will be also interacting with the software development team, and they will be giving continuous feedback on end of each iteration, so that can be incorporated. So that the feedback is incorporated well before, and we are delivering the value early in the software development life cycle. So that is the reason customer collaboration is given more value than just looking at the contract saying that we will deliver after 3 months of time. Then the second one is individuals and interactions are given more importance or more value than processes and tools. So instead of saying that we are actually working on the design part, build part, etc., here the customer collaboration is happening, and we are always interacting with the customer or the business team, and wherever there is a requirement, we will have one-to-one communication with the design related aspects or the development related aspect or quality aspect, and make the business team comfortable working with us. Instead of saying that we are working on the design phase or the development phase, we always interact with the business team and make sure that they are comfortable working with the IT team. So individuals and interactions are given more importance than processes and tools. And similarly, as we have already telling, like whenever there is an input, that is feedback that is given by the business team, immediately it will be incorporated into the software. Instead of saying that we are currently in the design phase because we have to wait for 3 more months or 2 more months, we will immediately incorporate whatever be the feedback given by the business team. So in that way, we are responding to change instead of saying that we are going to follow a plan for 2 months or 3 months down the line. So immediately the changes will be incorporated. And finally, the working software is actually shown to the client. On a daily basis, there will be a daily stand-up meeting in which the working software, whenever we are completing a particular software feature, immediately it will be shown to the customers. So instead of saying that we are working on the design documentation or we are working on the build part, immediately the actual software will be shown to the client. So in that way, working software is shown to the customers rather than showing that we are currently working on the design documentation or build part, etc. So all the items in the left side is given more importance than the items in the right side, which was actually more followed during the traditional software development models. So customer collaboration, always interact with the individuals and get the feedback, immediately respond to the change by incorporating the feedback to the software directly, and always show the software to the customers so that they are not going to wait till we actually complete the software and at the end show it to them as like traditional software development. So if we follow all these four values, the customer will be more delighted because on a daily basis we are actually interacting with the customers, understanding their requirement, immediately responding to them, and also showing the actual working software instead of actually showing the documentation which was happening during the traditional software development world. So see, these are the 4 agile values in practice in the software industry as of now. Moving on, as I said, there are also 12 agile principles that are getting followed apart from the 4 agile values. So before getting to the 12 agile principles, I just want to give a visual understanding of how actually software development is happening in the agile software world. So you can see here the business team as well as the IT team both are actually working together on a daily basis, and they are actually coming up with the software, that is the product, which makes the end client or the end customers to become delighted. So agile software world actually follows this model where the business as well as IT team work together, come up with an increment, immediately deliver it to the customer so that they are delighted. So in this context, we will see all the 12 principles of software, agile software principles. The first one is motto of the motto of agile software development is to satisfy the customer. So actually the first principle says satisfying the customer is the highest priority that both the development as well as the business team have. And as I said, there are 5 principles which are related to the collaboration that happens between the IT team as well as the business team. The first principle says that the IT team will have self-motivated individuals. The individuals or the developers who are working within the IT team, they are highly motivated individuals and they are self-organized. Self-organized in the sense they are ready to work, they are ready to accept the changes given by the customers or the business team and immediately incorporate it into the software. So the IT team includes self-motivated individuals and it also includes a team of self-organized people. And as I was telling, the business team and IT team work together daily by actually connecting to the daily stand-up meetings or daily scrum meetings that happens in the team, and there will be only a face-to-face communication that will happen on a daily basis. So the IT team and business team work together on a daily basis, having a face-to-face communications. And another important principle is both the IT team and business team work as a team and they continuously learn and adapt. That means, as I was telling, like when you look at the agile software development, every 3 to 4 weeks we are actually coming up with an increment. So during these 3 to 4 weeks, whatever was the learning, immediately the business team and IT team sit together, understand what are the items that went well, what are the activities that they are not happy, and what are the items that they can improve. So a continuous learning and inspection and adaptation will happen on a sprint basis, on every sprint basis, and they actually improve the way of working. So this concept is called as agile retrospective. We will have a separate slide on, or we will have a separate video on this. But at this point in time, we can understand that there is a continuous learning and adaptation that is happening between the IT and business collaboration, business team that is working with the IT team. And when you look at the way in which the IT team works, they follow 4 principles. As we are saying that we are earlier in case of traditional software development, whenever the requirements are given by the business team, the next 2 to 3 months it will be the IT team which will be working, and if there is any changes that is required to be made in the requirements, it may not be allowed. But in case of agile software development, all the changes which are given by the business team can be immediately accepted. So they change the requirements, the changing requirements is accepted by the IT team. And once the requirements are available, the IT team will continuously focus their attention on improving their design and technical excellence, and then they start developing the softwares. And as we said that on an average of 3 to 4 weeks, the development team will be providing the software to the client team or the business team to evaluate. So the sustainable development will be maintained by the IT team. And similarly, whenever the software is given to the business team at the end of 3 to 4 weeks, all the activities including the design, build as well as the quality activity will be completed, and 100% the product will be given to the customer. Instead of actually having some work which is pending, all the activity will be completed. That is called simplicity. Simplicity means the art of keeping the undone work should be minimized. That means all the activities will be done and given. So the IT team will welcome changing requirements. They continuously focus on design and technical excellence. They develop the software, and once in 3 to 4 weeks they will be definitely giving the new increment, and they will always complete the activities and it will be a done increment. So these are the four principles which are related to the way of working of the IT team. And with respect to the delivery, as we are always discussing, like the working software will be given to the client team after every 3 to 4 weeks. So this particular increment can be directly deployed into the client place. So instead of waiting for 3 months, you can directly increment, or this increment which is given at the end of 3 to 4 weeks can be directly deployed into the client site. Okay, so working software is the primary Magarash purpose, and deliver working software frequently once in 3 to 4 weeks. So the IT team will be always delivering the product increment once in every 3 to 4 weeks. So these are the 12 principles of Agile, and in software industry at this point in time, all these principles are followed by the Agile teams, and the customers are made delighted, so that they are actually able to respond to their changes, and they are able to implement whatever is expected, and they are able to see what is happening in the day-to-day software development activity, and the increments are given in within 3 to 4 weeks. So in this way, all the 4 values of Agile and all the 12 principles of Agile are followed by the Agile teams in practice today in software industry. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.